10 modern sealed Pokemon card products ranked. Ranking sealed products is one of my favorite things to do. In case you haven't been on this channel before, my name's Michael /PokeOz. We talk all things Pokemon card investing on this channel. So welcome aboard if you're new, and thank you so much if you've been tuning in for a while. I know some of you guys and girls tune into every episode, and the support means a lot. Now, again, if you haven't been here, when I rank sealed products, typically it's very easy. It's sort of the universal way of ranking things, isn't it? You know, S tier or God tier is the absolute top. It sits above A tier. Then of course it goes A tier, B tier, C tier, all the way down to D tier being the worst investment. So S tier being the absolute creme de la creme, the best sealed investment you can park your money into, and D tier being the absolute worst. So let's jump straight into it. 10 modern sealed products. Let's rank them. The first one being Perfect Order Booster Box. This is the newest booster box on the market. If you haven't been in this hobby for a little while, Perfect Order is the first time that we've had a booster box sit on shelves for quite some time. If you're new here, it might feel like every sealed product is always sold out and it's impossible to get Pokemon card products and that's just the norm. Well, it's not really the norm. It has been the norm realistically for the last 15 months, but prior to that, typically you could go into your local gaming store, you could order online, and you could find any Scarlet and Violet booster box at pretty much retail price or near enough to it. Prior to that, of course, going back into Sword and Shield era, same thing. You could find Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, Battle Styles, Vivid Volt, like pretty much every Sword and Shield booster box at a retail price. There was difficulties at the start, and with some sort of products soaring up in price really quickly, like Evolving Skies, and some difficulties around COVID era. But the point I'm trying to make is Perfect Order has been the first booster box in a long time that feels somewhat affordable. It feels like it's, you know, pretty much sitting at or close to a retail price. Look, its market price is a touch above retail price, but it's the closest we've been in a while at $206. Now, what does that tell you? I have a very, very important saying, and I've been in car sales now for 10 years. I work for Toyota, and one thing that's never let me down is this old saying: if it's popular new, it's going to be popular secondhand. And to translate that to the car industry really quickly, if a car sells super well new because it's super liked and it's super popular, it's going to have a strong resale rating and it's going to sell well and move quickly. So it's going to have, you know, low average days on sale as a secondhand vehicle. Same thing can be said about Pokemon. If it's popular new, everyone wants it, people want to rip it, people want to chase the big chase cards inside it, it's going to be popular secondhand. Now, sealed Pokemon card products aren't a depreciating asset like a motor vehicle. It's the opposite. They're a deflationary asset, and as a result, there's less supply in the market, and in terms of price, they go up in price. But Perfect Order booster box at $206, yes, it might be the cheapest, but it's not the best. In fact, it's not anywhere close to the best. This, in my opinion, and again, these are called estimated guesses at best, is that Perfect Order will hover around $200 to $250 for quite some time. Maybe in the next couple of years it'll creep up to $300 when it's, you know, maybe an 18-month-old booster box, but it's never going to do anything special in my eyes. There are way better places to park your money. For me, it's a C or almost a C- booster box. And we can tell this is the first booster box that's let steam out of the Pokemon hobby. That's essentially what this set has done. So for me, it is a C/C-. Moving on to something more important, number 2 on my list is Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box, $471 current market price. Whoa, has a Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box ever shot up this quickly in price? That is just absolutely insane. And by the way, all these photos are straight off the Collector app. It is the one-stop shop and today's video sponsor. It's so good. Like, they just do it perfectly. If you don't have it, please get it. There'll be a link in the description to download. And if you do have it, all the data you'll ever need to collect or invest in Pokemon cards and track your portfolio digitally. Right, Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer Box. Man, that is shot up absolutely crazy. It is quite obviously, in my opinion, an S-tier investment. Now, of course, you should have bought it when you could grab it off Pokemon Center at a retail price, but even now, even at $471, this isn't going to slow down. This is the creme de la creme of one of the greatest sets we've seen in a long time. In fact, I would argue it is the greatest set we've seen since Evolving Skies. That's my opinion on Ascended Heroes. Will it get printed into the absolute ground like we've seen with Prismatic Evolutions? Quite possibly. We don't know what exactly the future will hold. Given how popular it is, given the chase cards inside it, given it's a January holiday set, January holiday sets, the last few we've seen have been, obviously Prismatic Evolutions, Paldea and Fates, Crown Zenith, 150. Like, there's been so many good holiday sets and all of them have been printed quite heavily, so there's every chance it will be. But the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box, the reason this is an S tier and a better investment than the booster box, of course, is its exclusivity. I wish they'd do a little bit more to the artwork of the box. Like, I know they make it look a little bit different to the standard Elite Trainer Box. I wish they'd do a bit more though. And look, I don't think we need a whole new design, so to speak, but maybe a different color scheme, maybe a different movement of Dragonite on the box. I don't know, but we all know these for holiday sets are the best sealed investment you can buy. And this clearly shows it. It clearly shows how quickly it's gone up in price, and it'll continue to do so. What a phenomenal investment. Number 3 on my list is a Fantasmal Flames booster box, and this, I guarantee you, will be the one that I cop the most flack on. Everyone down in the comments will say I'm wrong. Maybe some people will side with me. For me, it's a B tier investment, $399. Now, I get it, and I've said for a long time, it is, and everyone says it, and I probably sound like a parrot saying it. It's a generational card. It is such a good chase card. That Charizard is an S-tier chase card. There is no denying that. But that doesn't mean the sealed booster box is an S-tier booster box to invest in. It's got one card. I get it. Okay, there's a gold Charizard, which is really cool as well. But it's not what people are chasing. People are chasing that S-tier generational Charizard special illustration rare. That's what people are chasing. That's what people want. The gold cards, not so much. Could they have done more with the gold cards? Of course they could. I think they could have done some different things with the design on the gold cards. Even if they had gold borders, like going back to Black and White era with the secret rares, like, obviously a lot of the cards from Black and White era with the gold border. Maybe something like that as a really strong pull. The tiered chase is a really difficult chase. That would have been a better idea in my opinion. But regardless, back onto Fantasmal Flames. And I know it's not the same. It's not the same card as Burning Shadows Charizard. But Burning Shadows Rainbow Charizard had so much hype around it. It was the chase card for early Sun and Moon era, the first half of Sun and Moon era. It was the chase. In a PSA 10, it was worth huge dollars. It was very hard to grade. It was very rare as a PSA 10, and it was worth lots. And that meant, as a result, coupled with how damn hard it was to pull, like one in nearly 2,000 packs, it was a very, very expensive raw card as well. And you know what happened? That booster box shot up to like $400 US really quickly, like inside the first couple of years. Like leading into 2020, it was a $400 US box. As soon as COVID hit, it just was. The demand towards Pokemon, the chase for that Rainbow Charizard, it shot it really high in price, the box. And you know what? It sat around that $400 to $450 US mark for a long time, like 4 or 5 years, believe it or not. And now finally it's just shot back up in price. I haven't actually checked its price, but the last 12 months, this last bull run we've had, the last 12 to 18 months, has really ripped Burning Shadows back up in price. But what I'm getting at is, I'm not saying they're the same caliber of card. I never liked the Rainbow Rares. Personally, I prefer Fantasmal Flames Charizard. I think it's a nicer looking artwork. The pull rates are easier. There's some differences between the cards and there's some differences between the sets. I get it. But my point remains, I don't think one card is strong enough to carry a whole booster box. If it didn't have that card at all, that'd be a different story. Like, it would just be like a C tier investment. It does have that card, which pulls it up. It does certainly add weight to it. It does certainly mean people will want to open this box. It does certainly mean that will then put upward pressure on the booster box price. Hence, we've seen it rise to $400 really quickly. But what's going to make it get that next breakthrough? What's going to make it a $1,000 box? Is that Charizard enough to carry it? Think to yourself, the last boxes we've seen break through to those sort of prices. They have multiple very special chase cards inside it. That's the difference. That's what's caused, we look at the last boxes to break through 1,000. Obviously, Evolving Skies. Fusion Strike. They're the last two boxes to break through 1,000. And what do they have? They have, well, in Evolving Skies case, like 10 amazing chase cards. Fusion Strike, 4 or 5 amazing chase cards. But they have multiple chase cards, not just one. Like if Fusion Strike just had the Gengar, nothing else. And maybe a gold Gengar that people half liked but half didn't like. Basically comparing it to Fantasmal Flames. Would it be a $1,000 box now if it was just the VMAX Gengar and Fusion Strike? Probably not. It might be a $500-600 box. And that's my prediction for Fantasmal Flames. Moving on, we've got 6 more to go. I can get stuck. Sorry, we've got 7 more to go. 151 Blooming Waters, $315. This is an A-tier investment. If you'd picked one up from, didn't they do a massive drop only, you know, sort of 6 to 12 months ago at some of the big box retailers in the US? We got the same drop here about 6 to 9 months ago in Australia. Blooming Waters, I think I got super lucky and picked mine up for like 110 Australian dollars, which is like, it's obviously retail price. I think that equates to about, you know, 70 US dollars. Very good buying, very good investment. 151 will be so nostalgic. A single individual pack of 151, in my opinion, in 5 years' time, like I don't think you could buy one for under $100. And you know, people are skeptical of buying an individual sealed pack, so having it inside a collection box where you know it hasn't been tampered with and resealed, etc. I know it can still be done, but you get my point. It's a lot safer inside there. People value that. So for me, it's an A-tier investment. Moving along, the Mega Charizard UPC, 194 US dollars. I've done a fair few videos on this. In fact, I think I've done 2. One of them was comparing it to the Sword and Shield Charizard UPC, which I still rank higher. Now, both of these have been printed quite heavily. Both the Sword and Shield one and the latest one from Mega Evolution. And look, promo inside this, or the promos inside this, I should say, are both really nice promos. Are they as good as Sword and Shield's 3 Charizards? No. Is it ultra and premium to an extent? Does it have a great pack selection? Yeah, it's pretty damn good. We've got Destined Rivals inside there. We've got Fantasmal Flames, of course. I just talked about that. People are going to be chasing that Charizard. For me, it sits around a B+ investment for me. If it had maybe one more promo inside there, and one of them being a different special illustration rare Charizard artwork, that probably makes it an A rank in my opinion, but at the moment how it stands is a B+. Number 6 on the list is a Mega Evolutions booster box. I've said for a long time this is the best base set booster box, and I know Mega Evolution is a pretty small block before we move into the Gen 10 Pokemon side of things, but this is undoubtedly the best base set we've seen in a long time. It's better than Scarlet Violet base, it's better than Sword and Shield base, it's better than Sun and Moon base, it's better than Black and White base, it's better than XY base. Like, it's just good. There's no denying it. The chase cards are just nice inside it. It was the first to introduce, and like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of them, but love them or hate them, the gold cards, the real tiered rarity chase. I love it when we have a tier to rarity chases. I think that's so important to the thrill of the chase, that you know you still might get something, but there's a chance you get something really big. Some of the artworks inside this, the evolution line of Bulbasaur inside this, good investment. Again, I rank it as a B+, maybe even verging on an A-. Next one on my list, number 7, is Destined Rivals 3-pack blister. These are going for 40 US dollars. Now, this is a good entry point price. With the way the economy is at the moment, everything is dear. Not everyone can afford buying booster box after booster box or case after case of different products. You see all your big, streamers online. There's even people doing, TikToks and Instagram reels about scalping. You'll see them in their bedroom with literally like 300 Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer boxes. Not everyone can afford that. Not everyone can be like that. Other people have different priorities as well. But if you want to be part of the hobby, you want to invest in something, this is a great investment in my opinion. In fact, I'm ranking it an A+, and I'll tell you why I'm ranking it an A+. This is what happens with really good sets. I think Destined Rivals is a really good set. I also have my reservations around it, that they could have done things differently. Go watch some other videos I've done on Destined Rivals if you want to see those. But what happens on good sets where booster boxes get really expensive really quickly? What happens then is the Elite Trainer box also gets really expensive really quickly. So people that can't afford a booster box, they'll go, oh, well, I'll grab myself an Elite Trainer box. And eventually as the years go by, booster boxes get really expensive. Then the Elite Trainer box gets really expensive. And then you know what? People go, well, I might buy a little booster bundle or something. And then after that, they might go, well, I might buy a 3-pack blister. And we've seen it with Evolving Skies. I've had friends, I've had others that have said to me, I can't afford a booster box and I don't want to invest in the Elite Trainer box because that's also super dear, but I want a slice of the pie when it comes to Evolving Skies. So they buy a 3-pack blister. Same thing with Team Up. Once it gets too dear, the booster box gets too dear, the Elite Trainer box gets too dear, people still want a slice of the pie, whether it's even like a check lane blister or a 3-pack blister. And I think that's a good one for Destined Rivals. I would grab the Kangaskhan example. I think that's the best of the promos inside there. Not that either of them are great promos. Like, it's not like there's a Mewtwo promo inside there or something, which perhaps would have added weight to it. But still, I think it's an A+ investment. Number 8 on my list is Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer Box. These are currently going for $161 US. There has been reprint after reprint after reprint of this. And going back to my original statement in this video, that the more popular something is new, the more popular it is going to be secondhand, rings very true for Prismatic Evolutions. Reprints knock it back a tiny bit in price, but you know what? It rebounds super quickly. If we get another massive drop of Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer boxes after this recent drop, I throw everything out the window that I know about print runs, because surely it's got to stop now. Like, surely. We have printed Prismatic into the absolute ground. If you can pick up a price now, and if this is its final drop, it is well and truly an A+ investment. Number 9 on my list is Paldea Evolved Booster Box, $448 US. I really like Paldea Evolved. I've said it before, I know I say the word stupidly because of my accent, that's just the way it is. Shinji Kanda Magikarp, tick. Sleeping Raichu, tick. Tyranitar, tick. There's so many ticks inside this set. Again, could they have done a couple things a little bit better? If we'd had a special illustration rare Gyarados, also done by Shinji Kanda in the same style of Magikarp, bang. Like, this would have been an absolute home run set. It still is, in my opinion, a very, very good pickup. I think it's an A tier investment. Like, maybe an A-, probably A- to be fair. But it is still a very, very good investment. Number 10 on my list, the final one, Stellar Crown Booster Box at $309 US. Look, Stellar Crown, I just don't think there's enough in there to carry the set. Yes, the Squirtle is good looking. Yes, the Bulbasaur is good looking. Yes, they tie in well with Obsidian Flames promo Charmander. But other than that, it just doesn't have anything going for it. And they're not the most difficult cards to pull. I think they're actually maybe a tiny bit inflated in price at the moment, but who knows? They could keep going up in price with the rise of that Charmander. $309 US. I rate this a C tier investment. Well, there you go. There is 10 modern sealed products rated from D tier all the way up to S tier. I'm Michael, PokeGods. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch everyone next time.